longer. But I do have some things I need to say. And to join Frank Thomas in what he said about being the first time that he got an invitation to come to the Baseball Writers Association dinner. Well, this is my first time. And I live right across the water in New Jersey. But that's the way things go sometimes in life, especially this life of baseball. And I'm very lucky to have, in my lifetime now, a very ingenious lady. And that very ingenious lady does some very ingenious things. Her name is Karen. We've been married about 5 years now, and she's done some things that really make me happy. At 85 years old, you need a lot of inducement to make you happy. She gives me all those inducements. I wish I could keep up with her. But some of you might be wondering, those of you who of course you're not in my age bracket, I'm 85 years old now, and you can understand why I need inducements, I'm sure. But in any case, Karen does some things that I just can't keep up with, and sometimes she doesn't tell me. Let me tell you a couple of things. And I'm surely going to get it when I get upstairs to that hotel room, but I got my chance now, and I got to tell you that. So, if you all had been watching television last Sunday evening, and at 5 o'clock in New York, there was a show called what was the name of the awards? Golden Globes Awards. See, I'll tell you, I'm 85. The Golden Globes Awards, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. And Karen had arranged through CAA, the great organization in Los Angeles, and she had arranged by telephone, and she's great on the telephone, and she had arranged to have us go to that affair. I had never been invited to one of those either. And we were to be the guests through CAA, the guest of Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, the great actor. And we were to sit at Morgan's table. Now Morgan's table was table number 4. And right down front. Now, Karen had arranged also to take the chairs where all of these stars who accepted the awards were going to pass right through that aisle that went up the stairs on the stage. And you were to see us shaking hands with George Clooney and so many of the movie stars that had the good fortune of winning those awards. And if you all had been watching, you would know where Don Newcombe was if you wondered about that, because 167 million people around the world watch that show, they say. Well, now, that made me pretty famous, made me feel pretty good when I read that in the paper. Well, Karen arranged that. She arranged that, and we were the guests of Morgan Freeman, sat with Sidney Poitier and Helen Mirren, and we were doing it. So I say that to say this. Karen made also some ingenious efforts to get me to be here tonight. Another ingenuity on her part. I told you she's pretty good. Well, she got on the phone when we saw on television and read the newspaper that this great pitcher with the Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander, was going to possibly win, in addition to his winning the Rookie of the Year award in 2006, he was going to be voted the Cy Young Award in 2011. But the crowning glory was going to be he might get a chance to win the Most Valuable Player award. Because as you may or may not know as baseball fans, they were not giving the MVP award to pitchers. At least they didn't do it after I won my 3 awards. It took them 55 years for Justin to catch up with me. 55 years. Well, when Justin won, now my ingenious wife got on the phone and called the Detroit Tigers. In Detroit, we live in Southern California. She didn't know anybody there, but she took it upon herself to do it, and God bless her, she did it. And Justin was vacationing somewhere, and the Tigers couldn't catch up with him, so I know the Newcombe was not going to catch up with him. I don't know what he was doing, but I met his girlfriend tonight. I think he was on his way to have a party.
You can get away with it.
Word got to Jeff Feinstein, his manager, and Karen got a telephone call from Jeff. Now she's stepping down the road now. And she and Jeff got to talking in private. Karen has an office in the home where we live because we're in business, and she has an office. And she got off in that office. I was in the living room watching television. And they got to talking. Before I knew it, they were offering me to come to help, and it would be a great idea, according to Jeff, a great idea if we could work it out. And they're sure that Justin would appreciate it. Justin appreciate it. You understand what I'm talking about? So, some time went by and we didn't hear because we couldn't catch up. We could not catch up with Justin. I don't know what he was doing, but we could not catch up with Justin. So in any case, we waited. Last week we were sitting home and I was watching television again. And Karen was in her office again. And the telephone rang. And I wasn't expecting a telephone call, but she came in from her office to where I was sitting, and she handed me the phone. I said, "Who is it?" She said, "Justin Verlander." I said, "Get out of here." Justin Verlander. I picked up the phone and said, "Hello." Justin said, "Hi, Don, this is Justin Verlander." I said, "Where you been?" "I've been trying to find you. Where you been?" "Well," he says, "I've been busy." And we got to talking a little while, and Justin was in town for the Scouts dinner that was being held at one of the hotels in Los Angeles, and he was so gracious to call me and invite me to be a part of helping him to celebrate this honor that has been bestowed upon him by the Baseball Writers Association. And also, I got a call from Matt Feinstein asking me if I would come to be a part of it. Well, I thought that was an honor, and I thought it was about time the baseball writers, especially New York baseball writers, opened up their hearts and at least bought me an airplane ticket. And that's what they did. They bought me an airplane ticket, me and Karen. And here we are. So, I want you, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight assembled, to know that I have enjoyed myself. Now, I want you to say a little prayer for me, because when I get upstairs, I'm in trouble. I know I'm in trouble when we got a long airplane ride back to Los Angeles tomorrow, and I'm sitting next to Karen, and I'm in trouble. Maybe she won't be so hard on me if I kiss her and say, "Honey, I meant what I said. I love you, honey." I hope she accepts it. While I'm here tonight, Justin's going to look out for me, because we're partners now. We're partners. We are the only two. Remember now, I'm 85 years old. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Somebody has to carry this on. Remember, I had 55 years. And you're going to get tired, young man. You're going to get tired of writing Justin Verlander on the sweet spot. And then on the other spots on the baseball, for instance, Justin Verlander on the sweet spot. And then Rookie of the Year, 2006. And then Cy Young Award. And Most Valuable Player Award, 2011. You're going to get tired. When you go to these autograph shows, you're going to get tired. And I'm not going to envy you at all. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so blessed that you're here. And you keep taking care of that arm of yours, please, and winning baseball games for the Tigers. I want you to know I enjoy it. I want you to know I appreciate your invitation. To all of you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight.